Today is Wednesday. We sat all day yesterday with a thumb up our butt. With my thumb up my butt. With a thumb in a butt. Sat here doing nothing all day yesterday. Well, sat there doing nothing all day in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. I did get a little accomplished while I did that this morning. I moved my timbers a little closer to the front, so now I have just over 8 foot between the timbers and the back of the upper deck. I took my lumber tarps, and I'll show you quick pictures right here. I did take pictures of it. I put my lumber tarps on the headache rack and put a strap around that. But I did that. I took one of my steel tarps, I folded it in half again and re-rolled it, and then I put it in standing up to save more room. And then I took my 2 small black tarps and I pushed them up against that one. The other 4-foot tarp that I have, the other steel tarp that I have, I just left it the normal roll and put it in the other side box. So I have nothing on the deck other than my 10 boards right now, and that's perfect, especially for this load. Right now we're getting ready to pick up some insulation boards, roofing insulation, and it requires 48 foot of space. So we have just over 40 feet that has to be loaded. I got 41 foot of available space on the bottom deck, and then I have just over 8 foot available on the top deck, which is more than enough room to get these insulation boards. The load's going to Massachusetts, paying me $1,190. There was another load that I was looking at. It required a step deck. It was 8 garbage dumpsters, I guess. I guess the guy was kind of beating around the bush. It took him 20 minutes to call me back, and I ended up getting this load in the meantime. So, kind of snooze you lose type deal, you know. Unfortunately, I can't wait around more than 5 minutes waiting to find out if you're gonna have the load for me or not. So I took the first thing that came available that I wanted to take. But there was the dumpster load, or there was the rolled roofing. It's wrapped in the really hard white plastic. That was coming out of Mount Joy, Pennsylvania, which I believe is down by Philadelphia, or closer to Philadelphia. But that was paying like $1,500 going up to Maine. I was getting ready to jump on that one, and then when I called him up called up my coordinator to find out why I wasn't actually matching with the load for some reason. So I was trying to figure out why I wasn't matching with it. But when I called him up, he thought I was calling him about a different load that was a flatbed load. And then he was like, "Oh, this load just popped up coming out of Winchester, Virginia." So I jumped on that extremely fast. Even though the other load paid just over $300 more, I'm most likely going to end up deadheading home. This is probably the only load I'm going to get for the week, so I'll most likely deadhead home from this delivery, which is Lowe's in Westfield. It's 233 miles home. From Maine, it would have been like 530 something miles home. So that extra $300 wasn't worth running those extra miles to get home for the weekend. Probably taking off Monday, and then Tuesday. I don't know whether I'm going to stick around Tuesday or not. Tuesday is my daughter's birthday. She turns 14. So I Might make her some breakfast or something in the morning and be able to wish her a happy birthday and then take off. But we'll see what happens. So that's it. I'll give you guys a show of the load. A load of insulation on a step deck as soon as we're done. It's probably going to be an hour or two before I can get in there. So we'll see what happens. So see you in a second. Alright, here's our load. I think it looks pretty good. I do think I'm going to throw one more strap in here when I stop later on. Just on that front stack. I think we'll be alright. Man, these guys got a terrible system. I stood in the damn shipping office for 20 minutes waiting for somebody to come to give me my paperwork. Wasn't too bad as they were loading trucks when I checked in just over 3 hours ago, but whatever. So heading to Westfield. I think it's 400 and something miles. Alright, we have roughly 460 miles. It's showing me ETA of 1:15 tomorrow afternoon. That's with a 10-hour break, of course. But it's not taking the way that I'm probably going to take. The way I'm going to take is a little longer, but less traffic. So we should be able to beat that time with no problem by half an hour at least. I just want to see what Google Maps says real quick. Load's only 5,000 pounds, no tarp. I mean, it's insulation, so it should be a piece of cake, but pretty cool looking on the step deck. Alright, so it wants me to take 84 to 87, 7 hours and 20 minutes, 463 miles. Extra 3 miles. Let's see what we can do. We're supposed to be there at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. I just gotta stop, grab something to eat real quick, and knock it out. So, catch you guys here in a little bit. Actually, I got so many hours, I might even be able to take an 8-hour split sleeper and get there with plenty of time. So, we'll see what I got for hours later on, but as of right now, we got 460 miles, and we got to be there by 1 o'clock tomorrow. ETA is 1:30 right now, so we should be able to beat it. We'll see. Hope you guys can make that out. It's a parachuter. That's not right. It's the guy that jumped out of the plane. I'm tired. It's about 8:30 in the morning. Been up for about half an hour or so. We're here in Middletown, New York. Great city I was born in. On 84. At the rest area. Way down on the shoulder. Got about 180 miles, I think it is, to get to the delivery. I got the time down quite a bit. I'll find out here in a second. I'm pretty sure I have enough time to take off right now to make it to the delivery with a split sleeper, but I'm gonna have to I'm gonna end up having to take another 2 hours off later on. And the rate that things are going right now, most likely deadheading home from here. So I already gave the straps a once over on my way out to the bathroom. Everything's looking good on the load. is a brisk morning though. Kind of wish I grabbed that sweatshirt before I went in. Oh yeah, we're good. We got 6 hours and 15 minutes to go. Oh boy. Oh, made it. Yeah. Only thing I don't like about being over here, which isn't all that bad, is you're pretty. I'm leaned over pretty good to stay on, trying to stay level.
Proceed to the highlighted route.
I can't even make that out. It's still on night mode. I think it says 161 miles. Pretty sure that's running me up 87. Which isn't something I really want to do. But it is going to be the lesser of the two evils, if you want to put it that way. You got 87 and 90, which costs more money in tolls. And then you got 84 to 91 over to 90, which is a lot less in tolls on 90 there, because you're only going down one exit. But you're not dealing with 84 in Connecticut traffic. So that's the difference there. There we go. This thing's bouncing all over the place, trying to figure out where we're at. Alright, 161 miles, ETA 11:36 this morning. So, I mean, I can finish up my 10-hour break, and I can make it there with maybe a couple minutes to spare. Yeah, it's shooting me straight up 87 and then over. And I don't think it's going to be much of a difference if I were to go from here, if I were to go to take 84. Son of a bitch. If I were to take 84 to 91 to 90, 159 miles. If we add 84 in the middle there, up by Waterbury, 159 miles. But it's 2 hours and 42 minutes versus 2 hours and 26 minutes. So you're talking 16 minutes longer. Is what it is. So we're gonna head out of here real soon. I'd rather get up there a little early. I'll stop off somewhere and grab some coffee or whatever. So I mean, I have the time to take 84 if I leave right now, which I might end up doing. But I gotta calculate and see what the toll charge is. If the toll charge is that much, then I'm not going. Then that's what I'm going to end up doing. If it's not that much, then I'm probably just going to take 87 and not deal with any of the hassle. So, see you guys soon. we are getting unloaded. Actually, it's almost done. One more stack on the bottom deck, and then both stacks on the top deck, and we'll be out of here. Actually got here at 12:45, so 15 minutes before the appointment. Could have made a few extra minutes earlier, but I stopped for coffee, and I didn't end up taking the 87. I ended up taking 84 up to 91 through Connecticut, back up into Massachusetts. Now, had this been a heavy load where I needed to spread my axles, then I would have taken that toll road, just because it would have avoided Connecticut. And technically I can't drive in Connecticut with my axles spreaded, because it puts me over the kingpin law. Which I don't think it would be a huge deal. I doubt they're really paying attention to it. Besides the fact I think I've been actually pulled into a weigh station maybe 3 times my entire career in Connecticut, and all I did was pulled in and pulled out, and that was it. I didn't even get no inspections. Just they had the weigh station opened up, and I rolled through, and that was it. So they might be watching for that stuff, but my point is every time I come through Connecticut, the weigh stations are always closed down anyway. But to the best of my ability, I will avoid going through Connecticut if I have my axles spread. Which I don't know what that extra 2 foot really makes a difference of, so. That's it, we're all done. It's 230 miles home. I'm not going to wait around and try to get a load out of here. I know better. Freight's already crappy as it is, and the likelihood of me getting something right now to get out of here isn't very good. So I'm going to upload my paperwork real quick, send that in, and I'll call them up.
You know your way out?
So I'm on a split sleeper right now. So we have to sit here for another 40 minutes or so. Actually, it's probably down to about 20 minutes. I threw it on personal conveyance to drive across the parking lot. I wasn't messing with my time for that. But anyway, I'll call up Mercer, and since it's already past 3 o'clock on a Thursday, by the time they submit my paperwork and stuff, it'll be Friday, which means by the time the money gets sent to me, it'll be Monday. I won't see it until Monday, possibly Tuesday, because Monday being a holiday. So I gotta call them up right after I send in the paperwork and tell them to pay that out to my fuel card. So I might have to pay 1 or 2 charges at the ATM to get the money off, but I won't have to wait 2 or 3 days to get my money. 3 or 4 days to get my money. And I'll actually have that tonight or tomorrow morning, depending on when they actually get to the bills, because they only got a couple hours left of the day. So, not to mention, I still got to wait about 20 minutes before I can check out of here to get my hours back, so that I got enough time to get home. I got just under, yeah, I'm just 8 into my my 3 hour window of break time, so now it's starting to eat off of my clock. So I got just under 3 hours and 230 miles, which is at least right around 4 hours at 60 miles an hour. As soon as my hours kick back, I'll be taking off and heading home. So that's it for this week. We'll be back next week. Gonna leave the house sometime around Tuesday afternoon, and we're staying out for a couple weeks. Go make some of that money, build up the bank account back up, get some of these credit cards paid back off. So that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay safe, and like I said, we'll see you next week. Like a glove.